Hi everybody, I'm Rockin Robin. Today I'm making mango salsa. Now this is a nice basic recipe. It has 8 ingredients, so it's simple to do. And I'll tell you, it goes great with chicken or fish or all by itself with just some chips. So I'll show you how to do it right after this. Let's go over our ingredients now so we can get started. We're going to need a bell pepper. I'm using an orange one today, but you can use yellow or red for nice, it gives it a nice bright color. I don't care for the green as much just because it's not quite as sweet. We'll need some fresh cilantro, and over here I have a jicama, which is actually a root of a vine, and it's native to Mexico and Central America. And it really doesn't have a lot of flavor, but it gives a nice crunch to our salsa. We'll also need some jalapenos, a lime, a couple of tomatoes, some green onion. You could also substitute a shallot for this, but this is what I have today, so we're using the green onion. And a couple of nice ripe mangoes and a little salt. And if you were counting, you probably noticed there were 9 ingredients and not 8. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the mango. Now I want to mention that when you go and pick these out, what you're looking for is a mango that is soft or has some give to it when you squeeze it, sort of like an avocado. You also want to give it a little smell test and smell the stem end. It should smell sweet and tropical. And then you're also looking for skin that is nice and smooth, no wrinkles in it. And that should pretty much give you a pretty nice ripe mango to eat. So I have a video for how to cut up a mango and how to dice it up, a couple of different ways. And so I'm not going to go over that with you on this video. So if you want that, I'll leave a link right over here and you can check that out. Once you get your mango peeled and you've removed the seed, then you just cut your mango into probably about 1/2-inch size chunks. So we'll just cut it like that. And then I'll turn it the other direction. And you get a nice dice. Just like that. That looks good. And then we'll just place it right here in our bowl. So I'll go ahead and finish dicing this up, and then we'll move on to our next vegetable. Now we're going to move into our tomato. So I'm just going to cut it in half and take out the little stem area there. Now for this, I'm not removing any seeds or anything. I'm just going to make some slices like this, and then cut it into pretty much 1.5-inch or 1/2-inch chunks, very similar to the mango. Now that we've got the tomato diced, we can move into our onion here. And I'm going to use both the white part of the onion and the green. Cut off the ends there, and then I'm going to dice this up. Now it's time for the bell pepper. So I'm going to cut it in half and just remove the stem and the seeds. And I'm going to dice this up too. In fact, I might make this just a little bit smaller than 1/2-inch. Get a nice little dice here, and we'll put that in our bowl. Now it's time for some heat. Now you guys can add as much of this as you like. And of course, you can vary the heat by how much seeds and membrane that you include in it. Okay, so see how I'm cutting that into quarters? And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to take my knife and just scrape out the seeds and some of that membrane, because I don't like it that spicy. But if you like it hot, leave it in by all means. Okay. All right, so at this point, what I'm going to do is cut this into strips. And that's going to make it little matchsticks, see? And then I'm going to make my dice nice and small. So I'm lining these all up. And now when I run my knife through this, the dice is nice and small, and I don't have to do as much chopping. Okay, so nice and small in the dice there, and we'll add that to our bowl. Now it's time for our friend, the jicama. So I'm going to go ahead and peel this off. You can use a potato peeler, although it can be a little trying sometimes. You could also use your knife. I'm going to use probably half of this. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half. And I think I'll just use my knife to trim it off, because that seems to be the easiest way to do this. Once you've got the skin off, then you go ahead and make your slices about, oh, I don't know, 1/4 inch wide. Okay, so I'm gonna take a section of this and follow along and just slice down so that I get about 1/4 inch wide slices. And then I'm just gonna chop it up the other direction. Now that we've got the jicama all chopped up, we're gonna go ahead and place that in our bowl. Now for our cilantro, I'm just gonna cut a bunch off. About that much, you know, and this varies depending on how much you like it. Some people love cilantro, so they want to put a whole bunch in there. Let me get some of these big stems out of there. You know, if you wanted to substitute something else, I would go with parsley. And we'll add that to our bowl. Now all we have to do is add our lime and we'll salt it to taste. So before you cut your lime, go ahead and give it a nice roll. It'll help release the juice. And then go ahead and cut it and just squeeze it right into your salsa. And then I'm going to give it a real gentle toss. Okay, so we'll do that. Look at the colors. Wow, it looks fantastic. I mean, what a healthy dish. And that, you know, what's really nice is the mango's sweet and then you have that heat from the jalapeno. It's a great combination. So I'm just going to put a little bit of salt. You really don't need too much salt with this. I'm just going to do just a light dusting. Now we're going to want to put this, I'm going to cover it with some plastic wrap and place it in the refrigerator. You want to leave it in there for about an hour so the flavors really get a chance to mingle and get to know each other. I've taken the salsa out of the refrigerator. It's been in there for about an hour and I've served it up in these nice little cups here. And I tell you, it really smells delicious. It looks fabulous. Let me put some in this bowl over here. Look at that. I mean, you got all the colors of the rainbow practically. Not quite, no blue, no purple, but man, I tell you, this looks amazing. That is so refreshing. You are gonna love it. You can taste the sweetness of the mango. There's only just a hint of heat because I took all the seeds out, but I like it that way. So, you know, this is great for kids. You take those seeds out, you can still put the jalapenos in there, and I tell you, you barely even notice it. But I can taste the lime and the cilantro, you know, like I said, the sweetness of the mango and the tomatoes. It's great. Guys, I hope you'll try this. Thanks for watching today. I really appreciate it. And be sure to subscribe, share, and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. All right, that's it for today. We'll see you in the next video.